Hello there, I'm Ariana, real estate broker and financial. And today we're going to talk about student loans. And just before we get started, I thank everybody who subscribes. I do appreciate it. And also to let you know that the videos that I put out there, they're all thought of. I just don't put content out there just to have videos. For a long time, there's many times that I do not put back to back. There's seasons I don't. It's because I don't have nothing to say. I don't feel that there's nothing that I have not covered or nothing updated that I need to cover. So when I have the urge to talk to you guys and share with you what I feel is important, I'll do it. And that's why you see that there's the way I do my videos. So today we're going to be talking, and I'm on the field. I'm in the field. So as you know, I'm just like a working American. I have a lot of things on my plate, and so sometimes there's no time. And I do make this a priority for me because it's important, especially if I feel this is the way I communicate to a lot of people and help a lot of people at the same time. So student loans are a big problem nowadays that I help people every day take a look at how to get them out of debt. And I do my research and I try my best to help each individually try to figure out how to pay that student debt back. Unfortunately, there's not a lot, especially for students who have private loans, and they're having a hard time. People who have no assets other than their education, and the ones I wanted to talk about today are going to be that people who did not finish their education, but they have the student loans, and so they have nothing to show for it. They have the debt, but they don't have enough. They don't have the certificate, or they didn't complete it. So now they use the money to live when they were a student, and they didn't have. So they're in the limbo. They're in the middle of nowhere. They have this debt. They have no careers. They have enough education, but not in the the final culmination of the courses that need to be taken in order to say you did this. And so, and they have the debt and no assets because they spend most of the time working as a student and not working or delaying working, postponing working, because people cannot do both. Sometimes it depends on the nature of the education. So here's what I think. What I think is that you have to try to knock them down as soon as possible. And the way you knock them down is first is with your mental attitude. Believe it or not, if you are defeatist and you think that you're not going to pay back, guess what? You're not going to pay back because you already made up your mind that you're not going to pay back. You should see your student loans as credit cards. And if you see them as credit cards, it's going to be easier for you to tackle them. Treat them aggressively. Pay as much as you can towards them, not just the minimum. Many people feel that student loans is not something they're rushing to pay off. Okay, everybody has them, and some people are going to die with their student loans. They'll never pay them off. And unfortunately, it's the shackle, the most modern shackle we have of debt is student loans. It is a transparent kind of shackle you cannot see, and you can see it only through your credit. When you want to go buy something, the burden is there, especially if you want to buy a housing, which is the most important thing to make sure that you have a roof over your head. And it breaks my heart to see a lot of people who they were in the right track. They were trying to get the education to be more marketable in order to make more money. So change your plan. We're gonna wipe up the board life and start over. We're gonna tackle this in student loans as debt, as credit cards. Try to get as much forgiveness as possible from them. There's programs out there if you serve if you're police, teacher, nurse, non-for-profit, that they will help you, give you a break. And most of the ways it works is that you have to have 120 payments consecutive before you could qualify for this program. So some people not during the time that you are in dormant stage of your loan, but actual already been assigned a payment. In the payment, you're gonna have to make it for 120 days, 120 payments before you're able to qualify for forgiveness. So Face it. Don't run away from it. Make a plan to attack it. Change your attitude as to not feeling defeated. Change your mind. Use the information that you learn. Adapt it to something more marketable. If you cannot find work in the field you went to school for, the truth is, a lot of people don't use immediately what they learn in school. They end up, and that's what you should have learned in school. You should have learned in school to adapt. It's a universe. That's what's called university. University of thoughts. You have to be able to change. Like, look, if you're a doctor, well, that's specific. But everybody else, every other career, it could be adjusted. Okay, in the medical field is one thing. In it, because it's vocational, educational, it's a task, it's a hands-on, it's years. That doctors have another segment of my videos, okay, because it's a different type of day. Now, going back to this, don't be discouraged. Tackle them, make a plan, and you could move through. There's not, hopefully government will get involved and government will give everybody a break. But not only the unfortunate, because they're already fortunate to be unfortunate in the sense that they get a lot of help. There's a lot of loans that never get paid because there were grants. It's for the middle class people who are working people who get affected the most, because they are trying to not be poor and they cannot be rich without trying to move in another tier of work to get paid more. I know it's a little harsh, but that's the reality of things. The reality is that is how we see things. And if we're pessimist, well, it's hard to work with a pessimist if you already know you are defeated. Be optimistic. The way you got in it is the way you're going to get out of it. You got yourself there. You could get yourself out of there. Be optimistic. There are solutions, and it's just the way you see the problem. Make it not a problem anymore. Make it a task to get out of the debt. I hope this will help you till next time.